black people to believe in reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I can blame white people for slavery. That's some fucked up shit you did back then. But just because I'm black now doesn't mean I was black in my past. I could be who I'm angry at. I could have been a slave owner. That could be my statue I made them take down. And they say when you fuck up in your past life, when you come back, your next life is harder. So, as a former white person, I'd like to warn you new white niggas. That Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? It's tougher for black people to believe in reincarnation.
All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, giving double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and the women who follow. This is the brother Kratazah from the GMS Nebraska camp, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This one being entitled, The Truth About Reincarnation. So you have this comic here, and he said that, it's hard for, so-called Negroes to believe in reincarnation. And he said that, he may have been alluding to, an Edomite in his past life. And, just wanted to edify on how reincarnation actually works and learn what this is edifying. So, let's get the precept. This is the Bible talk. 1 Corinthians 14:32 says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. All right, so and for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints, right? So Isaiah lived his life, was a prophet, and he died, went to the spirit world, and he came back as a prophet. Same as Jeremiah, same as Malachi, Habakkuk, so on and so forth. All right. All the great men in the scriptures that we have learned about, do these lessons about, talk about, all right, they all came back in their next lives as Israelites. All right. And then on the contrary, an Edomite, if you're an Edomite in your past life, you're going to come back as an Edomite in your next life. All right. That is until, they are done away with. After that, we'll find out in the kingdom. But, the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets, as well as everyone else. Why? Because the Most High is not the author of confusion. There will be confusion to be chosen in this life, and then be the wicked in your next life, and then be the sons of men in your next life. That's confusion. Let's see. Foundation of the world. Let me see. Yeah, this is Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. So he chose the elect, before the foundation of the world. So it would be confusion to have that elect, come as an Israelite, then come as a Moabite, then come as a Japhite, then come as an Edomite, then come as a Hamite. Then, that's confusion. All right, it says, having predestined according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestined us into the adoption of children by Yahushua Mashiach to himself according to the good pleasure of his will. So everyone has been predestined. Okay? You have a predestiny. Let's get the word, or we can get it in here first. Here we go. Slakia. Strong's G 4309. Proordizo says to predetermine, to decide beforehand. In the New Testament of the Most High decreeing from eternity, right? To foreordain, to appoint beforehand. So everyone was setting their lot before the earth was even formed. All right, let me repeat that again. Everyone was setting their lot before the earth was even formed. Okay? The Most High is the ultimate chess player. He's not just willy-nilly, running creation on the fly. All right, this plan was set out eons ago, ages ago, if you will. All right. This is Malachi 4, and it says in verse 5, it says, "Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord." So Malachi is prophesying that Elijah is going to come back. Well, how did Elijah come back? Matthew 11 and starting at verse 12, it says, "And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets in the law prophesied until John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elias which was for to come." It plainly just says right now that Elijah came back as John. All right, he didn't come back as a Roman. He didn't come back as a Hamite. He didn't come back as any other nation. He came back in his lot. Why? Because the spirit of the prophet is subject unto the prophets. All right, let's take one more look at this. This is Matthew's 1:1. It says the book of the generation of Yahushua Hamashiach. Let's get this word generation. No, we can keep going. That doesn't prove the point that I want to make. It's good to know your words, but this doesn't prove the word or the point that I'm trying to make. It says the book of the generation of Yahushua Mashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Now, why is he called the son of David and the son of Abraham? Because Yahushua was literally the son of David, which is Solomon, and the son of Abraham, which is Isaac. Okay? Here we go. So just want to get a quick preset. Just a little run, but we got time. Let me see. All right, well, yeah, all right, we'll just start at the jump. I guess the point's in around verse 12. But, it's a good story. So this is Genesis 22:1. It says, "And it came to pass after these things that the Most High did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here am I. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son, Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took two of his young men with him and Isaac his son and clave the wood for the burnt offering and rose up and went unto the place of which the Most High had told him. And Abraham rose up early in the morning. It's like verse 24. Then on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said to his young men, abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they were both them together. And Isaac spake unto Isaac, and Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, my father. And he said, here I am, son. And he said, behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, my son, the Most High will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. And they both of them, so they went both of them together. And they came to the place which the Most High had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called upon him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here am I. And he said, lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest the Most High, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. Right? So the Lord didn't have Abraham sacrifice his son Isaac. All right. And when you keep reading, matter of fact, we'll just read it. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering instead of his son, because this wasn't Abraham's time to be sacrificed. All right, Abraham had to come back as Yahweh Shai, all right, in his same lot. All right, the spirit of the prophet is subject unto the prophets. He had to come back as an Israelite, okay, and do what he was prophesied to do, save his people from their sins. All right, so this wasn't the time, as well as Solomon. There's a precept. Give me a second. I'm gonna just place a brief hold because I'm gonna have to look for it. Give me a second. Yeah, Salakia Akim. I cannot remember exactly what scripture I was trying to look for. I couldn't find it. Lord, as well, I can post it in the description and post production. But I did get this precept, and we can end it on this. It's the second Ezra, chapter 16, and starting at verse 14. It says, "Excuse me. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot from a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?" Right? And this is speaking about these times. But Ezra's, is seeing a future prophecy. So why would he have to be delivered in these days when Ezra's died, 2,000 plus years ago? Because Ezra's is coming back in his same lot, all right? Because who are going to be delivered? Only the Israelites will be delivered. So Ezra knew that he was coming back as an Israelite, all right? So, yeah, that's really all I want to give with this. Lord, as well, this is edifying. And, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and women who follow. Shalom.